Good morning, Janice.
Good morning, Anthony.
Today, let's discuss estate planning with social distancing. And I'm actually hoping by the time this airs, we will be out of all of this situation. But
Yep, I like the way you think.
All right. So, do you want to make or update your estate plan? If you do, you're probably wondering, okay, how do I do that with social distancing rules and other prohibitions on human contact in effect? It is possible. It's not quite possible to do it with zero human contact, but it is possible to do this safely, and we'll talk about that today.
So we will discuss today fewer in-person meetings, signings, and document handling.
This will be a short one. We're just going to cover these and hopefully answer some of your questions. All right. So first, it's very possible to reduce, if not eliminate, the number of in-person meetings leading up to the actual will signing. So what does that look like? Typically, when you're working with an attorney to do your estate plan, you'll have a sort of initial consultation to figure out what your needs are and who your who's going to be the executor, who you want to leave what. A lot of people like to do that in person. Not necessary. Totally doable by email or preferably by phone. Actually, it should be a back and forth conversation. Yeah. And worst case scenario, you Zoom it, right? Or I'm not a big fan of Zoom, but Skype or FaceTime, whatever. Some people even have a meeting after signing to sort of review and deliver the original documents. You're not going to see a lot of that after this, after coronavirus.
It's a different world right now, right?
Yeah. So the only thing that actually does require in-person interaction is the actual signing of the documents, which we'll talk about now. All right. So why do you need human interaction for the signing? Most states, I'll talk about New York. Yeah. In New York, you have to be in the presence of two witnesses, preferably. So you need the person who's signing the will, probably the lawyer to supervise the signing, two witnesses, so we're at 4 people, and possibly a notary. So there's 5 possible people at a will signing. Okay.
Yep. And the client. So
no, I included the person who.
Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people.
You can knock out the notary, theoretically. The notary doesn't have to be there. They can notarize the witnesses after the fact. So now we're down to 4 people, right? Sometimes it's maybe not the best idea, but the lawyer can be one of the witnesses, right? I don't love that, but if you're really, really paranoid, that is another way to knock it down. So now you've reduced it to 3 people at this will signing event. So, that I think that feels manageable. A room that's that has an area of at least 18 square feet. You can keep people apart. Now the thing is, everyone must be present in the room at the moment of the signing. You don't have to be, shoulder to shoulder, but you all have to. You can't leave in the middle of a will signing. That would kind of invalidate your ability to witness the will. That's one of the mistakes people make when they, use LegalZoom or one of those DIY solutions. They mess up the witnessing. You have to have everyone in the room from start to finish, right? It doesn't have to be a room though, do it outside, get some fresh air and make sure you're not, recirculating everyone's germs, That's another possible solution.
You essentially have to be in the same place at the same time.
Very good. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for that distinction. So theoretically, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to witness by Zoom or I keep saying Zoom, but I'm not a fan. By that's called video cam or whatever, live video. Yeah. But I can see why that might be fraught with, potential. You don't see the whole situation. You don't see the person just out of camera shot, kind of, guiding grandma's hand, right? There can be problems with that. Right. So there are reasons why, yes, we want the law to be a little bit more technologically advanced, but there are reasons why the law is the way it is,
It is. Right. There are reasons.
Yeah. So as much as I would prefer, just for my own convenience as the person who has to run these things, more technology, I do understand why the safeguards exist. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So that's how the signing would happen. Just, make sure you talk with your attorney about maybe doing it outdoors, minimizing the number of people, everyone bring their own pens, no sharing,
yes,
that kind of stuff.
That's a great point. Yes. Yeah, yep. Absolutely.
But yeah, aside from that, it's probably no more risky than standing in line at your local supermarket, right? Right. And a good, well-run will signing should take no more than 15 or 20 minutes. And that's really mostly just to give the client enough time to ensure that what they're signing is what they, agreed to.
Yes,
Yeah.
the draft they've already seen,
And
yeah,
and there's if a good lawyer will instigate or whatever, prompt some banter so that the witnesses can tell, yeah, this person is totally competent and knows what day it is and who's the president and what's going on, basically, because that is an important element of being a good witness.
Well, in fairness, with this quarantining, I don't even know what day it is. So
That's
maybe
true.
we have different questions right now.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
What day is it?
What day is it? I have no idea. I changed my socks that have the day on it. And that's about
Janice,
it for now. But
we just discovered Janice has socks with the day of the week on it to keep track of time.
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, it is what it is. But
all right. So the last topic is document handling. And this is for the truly paranoid. I actually don't think there's a lot of science that would lead me to worry about this, but some people are worried about transmittability over surfaces like papers.
yes.
And yes, if that's your thing, if that's your concern, it is true. Your will, the actual document that you're signing will have been handled by your attorney, probably a paralegal, maybe some intern who's in charge of the mailing. And of course, every person in the chain of FedEx or USPS or however the final document is delivered to you.
Correct.
So if that's a problem, then, wear gloves to the signing. And when you receive it, put it in a UV box or whatever your solution is until the requisite number of hours have passed before any possible germs on it have died. But just be aware that, yes, the documents will be handled by a lot of people. So if that's your jam, if that's your concern, just FYI.
And I think, when most people right now who have those feelings about the boxes and such are already doing that anyway. For example, the Amazon packages, they're getting left outside for a little bit longer. Yeah. So it's just the same concept for those that are really worried about that. Leave it in the FedEx box for a couple of days. Not like you have to look at it immediately. You
just made me think of something. A lot of people are talking about putting your mask in your oven to disinfect it. Please don't put your will in your oven.
Oh gosh, I'd not heard of that.
Flammable.
But that all sounds like a bad idea. Yeah. Let's keep everything out of ovens and away from flame.
I feel like the unintended side effects will be just hilarious over time. But I mean, I find odd things hilarious. So excuse me there.
Right. You know what? Sometimes humor is the best. Right now, you have to live in humor.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I have. I mean, I think hopefully that covers any concerns you have about, estate planning and how to deal with it with social distancing best practices and whatnot. And as new stuff comes up, I'll be happy to cover them again. I think that's all we have, Janice.
It is. But what I suggest, too, is if you're not ready or you're ready to jump into doing your estate plan, check out Anthony's books, How Probate Works, available on Amazon, as we just talked about the boxes. But it's actually a good plan to help you get ready for that if you're not ready, and what to do to prepare.
Very good. Thank you for that, Janice. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Let me know if you have any other questions, and we will try to cover them next time. Take care.
Bye-bye.